Hi, I'm Siddharth. I'm 20 years old, and I have an age old question that's not only bothered me, but has bothered many philosophers across many centuries. The question is really simple. Is it really possible to achieve life satisfaction? Isn't that what we are working so hard to achieve in the end? Will the goal you're trying to achieve bring you happiness and satisfaction that you desperately expect to get? If the answer to that question is yes, then it's good news. But some people, they are faced with skeptical answers, making them rethink their life choices. I have met many people in their 50s and 60s who regret the lives they have lived so far. The regret is not because of what they did, it's because of the things they wanted to do, but they never did. The most common phrase that I hear from them is, I had so much time, but I wasted it all. Does that sound familiar to you? It's our most troublesome character trait called procrastination. In a way, procrastination is the biggest mental problem faced by many individuals, especially today, which holds them back from their goals. However, I am not denying the fact that there are people who live and experience truly unfortunate conditions and circumstances. It makes it hard for them to dream and be passionate. People like them, they survive, they don't live. But for many of us who had everything handed to us to make use of by our hardworking parents, things don't seem to be working out either. Why? Because we waste time by thinking and doing things that have no real value. Time simply slips by, and suddenly we are adults. We are faced with tasks and conditions we were not prepared for. Gradually, due to peer pressure, due to pressure from parents, and due to pressure from society, we somehow navigate through the chaos and get settled in some job thinking it has a promising future. And then after a few years, the job barely pays you. You work long hours doing pointless tasks. You're surrounded by co-workers who call themselves your dear friends but will walk over you the first chance they get. In the middle of these distressing emotions, you suddenly remember a core childhood memory. You always loved airplanes. You were always interested in how pilots operate these airplanes and how it all works together in general. These thoughts, they don't tire you, they excite you, they get you interested and curious. You become a child again. In your case, these feelings might resonate with singing, dancing, wanting to become a doctor, etc. This feeling that I'm talking about can be different for you. You get excited and emotional because of this, because you have rediscovered the fact that you were born for this. This is your true purpose. So now what? Are you going to take the big step and quit your job and fully focus on your passion? Absolutely not. Why? Because it's a gamble and time simply goes by while you are thinking and thinking and thinking. 10 years have gone by and you are approaching your 40s and you're still thinking. Once again, in a flash, 10 years have gone by and you're approaching your 50s. The only difference is you probably married and you have children. Now, at this point in your life, it's no longer about you, about what you want and what you love. It's always about your family. It's about their wants and their needs. And then you meet me, a guy in his 20s, interviewing average people. And then you cry out to me out loud, I had so much time, but I wasted it all. This is a life experienced by most people. That's the reason why 8 billion people on this planet are not unique in 8 billion different ways. Because only a few people lead and others follow blindly. Sounds scary and dystopian, right? What if there is a way out of this? You already know the solution to this problem, but you've always chosen to ignore it. This way that I'm talking about was followed by famous figures such as Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, and Henry Ford, etc. People like them, they were not born geniuses. They earned their title through pure determination and curiosity in their work. This way that I'm talking about is termed as mastery. In short, mastery is achieved when an individual learns and practices one skill so much that he becomes the best at it. If you wish to become a painter, for example, mastering it makes your painting ability your second nature. You will know the exact result for every single stroke of your brush because of your extreme intuition. After you finish your painting, the satisfaction derived from the effort you have put in is beyond measure. This phenomenon it applies to many skills such as coding, chess, motorsport, engineering, farming, etc. You name it. If you don't believe me, then ask the best. But however, even if you do that, some of the best people that I'm talking about, they won't even be aware of this phenomenon because they are just naturally drawn to that purpose. But unlike the rest of us, the best, they never gave up on their dreams. Even with other unfortunate factors affecting their lives, they never let their passion die. I read a quote the other day: the average person dies twice. The natural death after a person's life cycle is not important. A man truly dies when he abandons the dreams inside of him during his life cycle. To conclude, I want you to become the best at one thing, something that never tires you, something that makes you humble and curious like a child. For many of us, it's true that we can't eat dreams for breakfast. It's okay to do something that you don't like, to have food on the table, as long as you don't forget your true identity and let time slip by. In order to maximize your life satisfaction, you need to spend a lot of time with your family and spend a lot of time in nature. But why do I say nature? It's because you have to get used to nature because that's where you're going to end up after your life cycle, either in the form of ashes or 6 feet under the ground. Thank you.